Why are women more drawn to the man who doesn't try than to the one who tries too hard? Psychologists call it the paradox of desire. People often want what seems just out of reach, but when someone is too available, too eager, it feels off. It comes across as desperate, even if it's wrapped in charm. That's why Sigma males, quiet, detached, focused, don't flirt the way most men do. They don't chase. They don't put on a show. And ironically, that's exactly why it works. While others try to impress, the Sigma is just being. While others talk themselves up, he says little and means all of it. He doesn't flirt like other men. He connects without forcing it, and women can feel the difference. In this video, we're going deep into why this approach works, without effort, without games, and what makes it so different. Before we get into it, make sure to like this video and subscribe. That small action helps us keep creating content that cuts through the noise and actually respects your time. 1. Doesn't flirt to impress. Most guys walk into a room trying to stand out. They talk louder, dress sharper, throw compliments like candy. It's all about attention, getting noticed, getting reactions, getting validation. But a Sigma male isn't looking for approval. He's not out to prove he's confident. He just is. There's no loud voice, no dramatic gestures. He walks in like he doesn't need anyone to notice him. And that's exactly why people do. Women can feel when a guy's performing. They can spot it from across the room. The charm, the jokes, the eye contact. It all starts to feel like a routine. But when someone isn't trying to perform, when they're just grounded in themselves, it creates something much more powerful. It's not charm, it's gravity. That natural calm pulls people in because it's rare, and women are wired to notice what's rare. Sigma males don't come off as cocky, they come off as complete. There's nothing needy in their presence, no pressure, no selling. It's just a man, standing in his own frame, living his life. And that energy, it's magnetic, because deep down, everyone wants to be around someone who doesn't need anything from them. It feels safe, it feels clear, and most of all, it feels honest. 2. He doesn't talk to fill space. He waits for meaning. Most flirting is just noise. Small talk, surface-level jokes, forced compliments. It's the kind of thing people say to fill silence and avoid awkwardness. But Sigma males see silence differently. They don't rush to fill it. They let it breathe. They wait. Because they understand something most people miss. Real connection doesn't come from what you say. It comes from how you say it and when. They don't talk to be heard. They speak when it matters. When they do speak, it's usually low, calm, and intentional. There's no need to dominate the conversation. They listen, they watch, and they let their presence do most of the work. That kind of self-control creates tension. Not the bad kind, the good kind. The kind that makes a woman lean in instead of tuning out. This doesn't mean they're cold or distant. It just means they're not performing. They're not trying to charm their way in. They're letting things unfold naturally. And because their energy is grounded, their words carry more weight. A Sigma doesn't say 10 things hoping one of them lands. He says one thing that actually matters and lets it land all on its own. 3. He doesn't seek approval. He values his time. First, flirting often turns into a performance. Compliment her, make her laugh, ask the right questions. It's a script, and most guys follow it to the letter because they want validation. But Sigma males are on a different wavelength. They don't need someone else's reaction to feel okay. They already approve of themselves. So instead of asking, "Does she like me?" they're quietly asking, "Do I even like this situation?" This mindset changes everything. They don't hang around if the vibe is off. They don't fake interest. They're not scared to walk away. Why? Because they respect their own energy. They don't chase approval. They protect peace. That alone sets them apart. Most people can't imagine walking away from attention, but Sigma males aren't hungry for it. They've learned that not every room deserves their presence, and not every woman deserves their time. This kind of internal strength creates a very specific reaction in women. It triggers curiosity. Why doesn't he chase like other guys? Why does he seem so unaffected? And the more questions she has, the more drawn in she becomes. Not because he tried harder, but because he didn't. He showed up with boundaries. He showed that he's whole, with or without her attention. And that's rare. 4. He doesn't use lines. He uses energy. Words can lie, but energy can't. Sigma males understand this better than most. That's why they don't rely on pickup lines, flirty banter, or scripted routines. Their focus isn't on what they're saying, it's on how they're showing up. Their body language is grounded, their tone is calm, their presence says, "I'm not here to perform, I'm here to be real." And that hits differently. Women are sensitive to this. They might not always know how to explain it, but they feel it. They feel the steadiness, the clarity, the complete absence of neediness. And that makes everything he says, even if it's simple, feel more honest. He might compliment her, but it doesn't feel like a tactic. He might ask a question, but it doesn't feel like a setup. Everything lands with quiet confidence, and it's not about being mysterious or aloof. It's just about being centered, being okay with silence, being okay with not being the loudest guy in the room. That kind of energy stands out in a world full of noise, and it's not something you can fake. You can't study it. You have to live it. That's what makes it so powerful and so rare. 5. He doesn't chase. He lets curiosity build. Most guys approach flirting like it's a transaction. They give attention and expect attention back. If they don't get it, they push harder, compliment more, text more, show up more. But Sigma males don't operate on that frequency. They understand that curiosity is more powerful than pursuit. So they don't chase, they create space. And that space allows mystery to grow. They're not trying to be hard to get. They just don't need constant interaction to feel validated. They're okay with walking away. They're okay with things unfolding slowly. And that slowness creates something most people overlook: tension, the good kind. The kind that makes her think about him long after the conversation ends. Not because he said something special, but because he didn't try to force anything. This doesn't mean they ignore women or play games. It just means they let things breathe. They're not afraid to wait. They know that if a connection is real, it doesn't need to be rushed. And that patience, that self-restraint, it's rare. And anything rare becomes attractive, especially when it's backed by quiet confidence and real presence. 6. Eye contact that feels like a mirror. Most guys use eye contact as a trick, thinking if they hold it long enough, they'll come off as confident. But when a Sigma male locks eyes, it's different. It doesn't feel like a performance. It feels like he's actually seeing you, not just looking, but understanding. That kind of eye contact makes people reflect. It creates a moment of stillness. Some feel intrigued, others feel exposed, but almost everyone remembers it. It's not intense in an aggressive way. It's quiet, observant, and honest. He's not trying to scan or judge. He's just fully present. And in a world where most people avoid looking too long or look too much, that presence stands out. It's not flirting in the typical sense. It's a rare form of attention that can't be faked. And for many women, that's where the spark begins. Not because he's doing something, but because he's truly seeing them. 7. Comfortable with not being the center of attention. Most people flirt by making themselves the loudest in the room. The jokes, the stories, the look at me energy. It's all meant to grab eyes. Sigma males don't play that game. They're totally fine sitting in the background. They don't need the spotlight, and that's exactly what makes people look twice. It's not that they're trying to be mysterious. They just don't care to compete. That calm detachment, being okay with not being noticed, is powerful. It makes people wonder, who is that guy who isn't trying at all? And when they do speak, it means something. Every word carries weight because silence was their default. In a way, their lack of need for attention becomes the very reason they get it. That quiet confidence doesn't shout, it whispers. And the ones who notice, they lean in closer because they want to understand it. Sigma males don't flirt like other men because they don't need to. They don't chase attention, perform for approval, or rely on tactics. They just show up, grounded, clear, and honest. And in a world full of noise, that kind of presence cuts through. If this video made you look at things a little differently, consider giving it a like and hitting subscribe. It really helps keep this content going. For those who see the world a little differently,